Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, The Reader Teacher. My name's Scott. It's the start of May, so this video is episode 5 of series 5 of Coming Soon, and it previews the upcoming books for the month of May 2025. As always, I'll be going through them in release date order, and where they have the same release date, then they'll be alphabetically by title. If you just want to hear about a specific book, then make sure to use the timestamps in the description below. I hope this video helps you to discover more children's books to add to your TBRs, and there's always plenty more, so make sure to leave me a like, hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I release a new video throughout the year. Also, all the links to the books that I mention in this video will also be in the description box below. So let's take a look at the books. First up is Abbie's True Colours, out on the 1st of May. When 12-year-old Abbie faced bullying, she wanted to do something, so she started handing out rainbow beads for shoelaces. Her idea? That even when you're looking down, you'll still see something joyful. That simple act sparked a global movement, the Rainbow Shoelace Project, spreading a message of pride, kindness and hope to young people everywhere. And based on Abbie's true story, this beautifully illustrated book shows how one brave idea can change the world. Thanks Eliott Press for the finished copy. Also out on the 1st of May is A Flash of Neon by Sophie Cameron. Laurie lives for stories, reading, sharing and creating them. But nothing prepares her for the day one of her characters, Neon, steps off a train and into her life. Neon is exactly as Laurie imagined, mysterious, musical and full of surprises. As Laurie tries to understand how this all happened, she begins to question what it truly means to be real and how stories shape our lives. And as the line between fiction and reality starts to blur, it leads her on a journey of self-discovery. Thanks Little Tiger for the finished copy. In A Mermaid's Diary by Chris Riddell, we meet Atalanta Scrimshaw, a shy mermaid who lives in the peaceful Sleepy Cove. She enjoys collecting messages in bottles, riding seahorses and walking on the beach. But when she discovers that the developers plan to transform Sleepy Cove into a luxury golf resort, Atalanta knows her home is in danger. Desperate to stop the plan, she enlists the help of her sea friends, including an eccentric octopus and a wise old turtle. Together they hatch a daring plan to save Sleepy Cove, but can they outwit them before it's too late? Thanks Macmillan for the finished copy that's out on the 1st of May. Life has been hard for Alex Evans ever since her father's death in Dragonborn by Struan out on the 1st of May. Her overprotective mother has kept her in a bubble of rules and fears, but when Alex's frustration becomes too much to hold inside, something extraordinary happens. Flames spill from her mouth. Alex is a dragon, one of the many hidden among us, and now she must learn to embrace her true nature. Led by the mighty Olifos, Alex travels to the legendary island of Skrala, where she trains with other dragon children to unlock the power of her birthright. But danger looms, as the greatest dragon of all is also rising. Big thanks Puffin for the hardback finished copy. Explore even more of the world in Epic Cities, the second book in this epic series out on the 1st of May. From cycling in Copenhagen to punting the canals in Venice, this colourful guide takes you to the heart of each city's unique infrastructure. Learn how clever design solutions help cities like Seoul and Melbourne solve urban challenges, all the while celebrating the human creativity behind these incredible structures. Packed with surprising facts, Epic Cities offers readers an eye-opening look at how the world works and the amazing ways that we have shaped it. Thanks Macmillan for the finished copy. Max is on a quest to find an old time capsule buried by his grandma, but he never expects to uncover a hidden world of magical creatures living right under his nose in this book that's out on the 1st of May. He meets Tuftoria Snook, a small but brilliant finder who collects lost objects, and learns about the mysterious finders who inhabit Silverthorn Forest. But when Max accidentally breaks the golden rule, he's banished from their home. With the forest in danger, Max must figure out how to make things right and save his new friends before it's too late. Thanks Walker Books for the finished copy. Moving to a new place can be overwhelming, especially when it comes to making new friends. Will they play how I want to play? Will they know how to cheer me up when I'm feeling sad? And these are just some of the questions that fill the mind of the book's young narrator in I'm Going to Make a Friend, out on the 1st of May. And this beautiful picture book explores the emotions of vulnerability and the courage it takes to form meaningful friendships, and looks to be perfect for any reader navigating the challenges of new beginnings and new connections. Thanks, little tiger, for the finished copy. Another one out on the 1st of May is Land of the Last Wildcat, in which Puffin has two big problems. Number one is her distant scientist mum, and number two is a mythical wildcat called the Khoo, who is dependent on her for survival. Raised on stories of the Khoo and its magical powers, Puffin is determined to return it to its rightful home. But standing in her way is the ruthless Professor Smolt, who wants to capture the Khoo and steal its magic. With her best friend Lance by her side, she must set out on a journey to Linger Island, where danger and adventure await, as they both fight to protect the last wildcat. Thanks, Macmillan, for the finished copy. After discovering an old board game called Questland, best friends Lily, Leo and Bee never expected their day to take such a magical turn. But they suddenly transported to the kingdom of Questland and transformed into SuperQuesters. With newfound superpowers, they're tasked with saving the village of River Crest from the evil goblin gardener Mortifer, who plans to destroy it with his beaver bots and dragonfly drones. Using their STEM skills, teamwork and a little magic, the SuperQuesters must crack codes, solve puzzles and outsmart Mortifer to save the day. Thanks, quest friends, for the finished copy that's out on the 1st of May. The 1st of May also brings us the second book in the magical Tidemagic series. Ista, Flit and her friends have already stopped the Hettle family's plot to take over the town of Shalwich, but Ista's search for her missing father continues. A mysterious magical key transports them to Glass Island, where a sinister monster haunts the reed beds and the local people are falling under the spell of the marsh spinners. To rescue Ista's father, they must venture into the marsh spinner court and use all their wits and their tide magic to resist the spinner's haunting music. Will they find her father, or be lost to the spell forever? Thanks, Puffin, for the finished copy. Wild, out on the 1st of May, celebrates the beauty of wildness, told through the eyes of a young girl who loves playing in the woods and finding stories in the stars and earth. But when she moves to the city, she feels disconnected, surrounded by tall grey buildings, as if she's lost her world and her wild. Yet, as she navigates the city, she discovers that wildness can be found in the most unexpected places. Big thanks, Walker Books, for the gorgeous finished copy. The third and final book in this magical series comes out on the 8th of May, and in it, Eliott is looking forward to the Infinite City's time-travelling flying carpet race. But when her fellow locksmiths disappear and the power source for time travel is left unguarded, she must dive deep into her past to save her world. With the arch-villain Darren Dark and his shape-shifting Shop of Darkness threatening everything, Aliyah's last journey becomes a thrilling mix of magic, friendship and adventure. Thanks, Chicken House, for the finished copy. Every evening after the museum closes, Amelia Cheeseheart and her banana-loving spider bestie Webster set off on exciting adventures. But when special objects start disappearing from the museum's ancient Egyptian room, Amelia knows that something is up. Cleo the cat mummy is acting suspiciously, and it's clear that she's involved in the mystery. Now it's up to Amelia to investigate and uncover the truth behind the mummy mayhem in the first book in this mini Guppy style that is filled with Egyptian facts. Thanks, Guppy Books, for the finished copy. Have you ever wondered what donuts do when they're not being eaten? Well, it turns out they have big plans for world domination. In this hilarious graphic novel out on the 8th of May, a squad of lovable quirky donuts team up for outrageous adventures. But they're not alone. Their bagel arch nemesis are secretly plotting to ruin everything. So, in their first mission, the Donut Squad must take down those bagels, escape a high-tech kitchen lab and prove that sprinkles really can save the day. Thanks, David Ficklin Books, for the finished copy. Evie and Mariam appeared up for a school project on family trees, but they couldn't feel more different. Evie finds Mariam odd, and Mariam feels like she doesn't belong either. But as they dig further into their family histories, they uncover a shared mystery. Identical folders filled with documents in a secret language once belonging to their grandmothers. As the girls piece together the past, they unravel a story that reaches back to India during partition, revealing a deep connection between two best friends whose legacy lives on through them. Thanks Guppy Books for the finished copy that's out on the 8th of May. Out on the 8th of May, Frog, A Story of Life on Earth is no ordinary animal book. It begins 13.7 billion years ago. Before Earth, before dinosaurs, even before the stars. From the birth of the universe to the first life forms, this lyrical factual journey follows the awe-inspiring chain of events that led to the evolution of frogs. With poetic storytelling and stunning artwork, this book explores the wonder of life across deep time. It's a breathtaking reminder that the story of frogs, and of us, is still unfolding all around us. Thanks Bloomsbury for the stunning finished copy. How to Train Your Dragon School, Doom of the Darkwing is the first in a brand new Laugh Out Loud series set in the world of Cressida Cowell's best-selling books. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III and his dragons Toothless and Windwalker are back on the 8th of May. This time at the Isle of Berk's Chaotic Training School, where Viking heroes are made, though Hiccup is bottom of the class. And when a simple battle lesson goes wildly wrong, Hiccup and his friends end up stranded at sea, caught in a storm and face an ancient danger rising from the deep. Thanks Hachette for the finished copy. Best friends Willow and Alma are determined to make it big in I Dare You out on the 8th of May, and going viral seems like the perfect plan. However, what starts as silly dares quickly snowballs into riskier stunts that rack up likes but also consequences. As the dares escalate and the pressure builds, their bond is tested like never before, leading to one idea that changes everything. This promises to be a powerful read for older readers that explores the dangers of online validation and the costs of pushing limits in search of approval. Thanks Esborn for the finished copy. Stuck in hospital and feeling all alone, Jamie finds comfort in writing letters to the dog he dreams of adopting, only to be stunned when the dog writes back. Through these magical, funny and heartfelt exchanges, Jamie begins to rediscover his courage, mend his relationship with his dad, and imagine a brighter future. As Jamie's letters continue, so does his belief that love and companionship can come from the most surprising places. Big thanks Barrington Stoke for the finished copy that's out on the 8th of May. When young explorer Limpet Pebble, Little Lim, enters a competition to find the most extraordinary shell in her seaside town of Tidepool, she sets off on a race against time to prove herself in this book out on the 8th of May. With her loyal friend Kai by her side and a legend about a lost golden shell to guide her, Lim must follow clues, trust her instincts and explore every corner of her vibrant island home. As they go deeper into the island's hidden nooks and uncover secrets about its history, Lim discovers that the greatest treasure may not be the golden shell itself, but the friendship she finds along the way. Thanks Piccadilly Press for the finished copy. Shane is convinced that nothing beats a big, delicious bowl of rice and peas, because it's the best in the world. But when he brings his favourite meal to school, he discovers that his friend Yinka is just as passionate about her jollof rice. What follows is a hilarious and heartfelt showdown to settle the age-old question: what reigns supreme? As the two friends challenge each other with witty arguments and tasty dishes, they learn that food is more than just about what's best. It's about the joy of sharing. Thanks Puffin for the finished copy that's out on the 8th of May. Pia loves pets, but no matter how much she begs her parents for one, the answer is always no. Determined to prove she's responsible enough, Pia decides to help her friend Harry train his mischievous puppy, hoping to show her parents she's capable of caring for a pet in this book that's out on the 8th of May. But when Luna's naughty antics lead to chaos, Pia must work hard to get her to behave. With the help of her animal-loving friends, Pia forms Pet Club. But will she ever get the pet she's dreamed of? Thanks Osborne for the finished copy. It's 1939 in London, with the war raging outside, and Ronnie Smith feels torn between fear and excitement in Shrapnel Boys out on the 8th of May. Fear of the bombs falling at night, but excitement for the daily race with his friends to collect shrapnel from the streets. Whilst the world is at war, Ronnie's battles are also fought at school and at home, where his little brother is getting involved in something dangerous, and Ronnie's desperate to protect him. As he digs deeper into his brother's secret life, Ronnie uncovers shocking truths that could alter the course of the war. Thanks, Osborne, for the finished copy. As a huge fan of the Nevermore series, I'm super excited for the release of the 4th book on the 8th of May. In Silverthorn, The Mystery of Morrigan Crow, Morrigan is pulled into the extravagant world of the Silver District, where long-buried secrets begin to surface. As she unravels a tangled family mystery, she's thrown into a murder investigation, which involves mysteries that bring her closer to the truth about her own past. Whilst battling with the power of her Wondersmith abilities, she must navigate dangerous waters, all whilst hiding a secret that could change everything. Can she catch a killer and solve the mystery, all before the clock strikes midnight? Huge thanks, Hachette, for the shiny hardback finished copy. Squid Squad by Aoife Dooley, out on the 8th of May, follows the hilarious underwater antics of Ollie and Zing, two best friends who live in the quirky town of Nowhere, deep beneath the sea. Along with their colourful neighbours, they get into all sorts of mischief, whether it's solving the mystery of a missing sea anemone, investigating strange noises, or dealing with a magic portal toilet. With plenty of fun and lovable characters, this book is a celebration of friendship, imagination, and embracing what makes you you. Thanks, Scholastic, for the finished copy. When Gerda's best bear friend Orlo begins to feel ill and explains that he won't get better, in the bear-shaped hole out on the 8th of May, Gerda is overwhelmed by emotions she doesn't fully understand. Together, they make lasting memories to treasure before Orlo's absence leaves a bear-shaped hole in her life. And this moving picture book promises to gently help readers navigate complex emotions, offering a compassionate way to discuss grief and the importance of cherishing the time we have with our loved ones. Big thanks, Quarto, for the beautiful finished copy. Troublemaker Noah surprises everyone by joining the campaign to save a majestic local oak tree in The Boy in the Tree out on the 8th of May. Taking his protest to new heights, he climbs into its branches and refuses to come down, attracting more attention than he ever expected. Whilst Noah is determined to protect the tree and marvel at the life it sustains, he's also hoping his actions will help mend his parents' troubled relationship. But as his protest grows, Noah wonders if he's gone maybe too far in trying to fix everything. Thanks, Barrington Stoke, for the finished copy. The House at the Edge of the World tells the story of Amal and her family, who are so happy when they inherit Hope House, a magical home on a cliff top full of secrets and wonder. But their happiness soon fades when a mysterious couple arrives, claiming the house as their own and giving them just 30 days to pack up before it's destroyed. Determined to save their new home, Amal must uncover the secrets of the house and its mysterious past before time runs out. Thanks, Hachette, for the finished copy that's out on the 8th of May. 1,000 years ago, a Viking longship disappeared into a watery valley, taking with it the secret of magical blue crystals in Valley of the Vikings out on the 8th of May. Now, Emily Windsnap, half human and half mermaid, stumbles upon one of those enchanted jewels. With the help of her friends, both human and mare, Emily uncovers a dangerous link between the crystal and an ancient battle between the gods Neptune and Thor. As lightning strikes, Emily must race against time to stop the gods' conflict from destroying the world. Big thanks, Zephyr, for the finished copy. In What's That Noise out on the 8th of May, Bob finds a big box one day, big enough to hide in, and decides to make as much noise as he possibly can from inside it, using anything he can find. But every time someone comes by, he falls silent, which leaves them completely and utterly baffled. This fun and silly story captures the joy of imagination and the endless possibilities a simple cardboard box can offer, all whilst keeping readers laughing at Bob's mischievous antics and clever tricks. Thanks, Simon & Schuster, for the finished copy. A little girl is confused when she hears people saying how sorry they are that she's lost her beloved grandmother in Where Did She Go out on the 8th of May? And she has just one question. Where did she go? Searching in all the usual places, such as under the sofa, behind the flower patch, and even at their favourite spot in the park, she still can't find her grandma anywhere. With the help of her mum, she begins to understand what has happened and learns to cherish the memories left behind in this gentle exploration of grief. Thanks Hachette for the finished copy. Poppy's life has changed since Gran passed away in Wildfall out on the 8th of May. With her mum too sad to leave the house, Poppy takes her dog Pepper on walks around the neighbourhood. During one of these walks, Poppy stumbles upon a forgotten patch of woodland where she meets a new friend and discovers the magic of nature. As she learns to listen, observe and wait, she begins to understand that healing and wonder can be found in the wild. But Poppy's biggest challenge is helping her mum see the beauty and hope in the world around them in this exquisitely told graphic novel and almost wordless story. Thanks Pushkin Children's for the finished copy. A Flower for Firefly out on the 15th of May shares how a little firefly sparks a beautiful chain of kindness by helping an ant family reunite. As the ants share their lunch with a hungry caterpillar, the firefly's light inspires others, spreading kindness throughout the night. With each small act, the world becomes a little warmer and brighter. This book, which would also be a great bedtime story, teaches readers how even the smallest gestures can make such a big difference, creating a cycle of goodwill that continues to grow. Big thanks Eliott Press for the finished copy. Do you ever wish you could go to Hollywood? Well, that's exactly where Year 6 are heading in the Blockbusters out on the 15th of May. When Rafa and his friends accidentally wander onto the set of a movie, they have no idea they're about to become part of the action. Rafa's striking resemblance to a famous movie star gives him VIP access, but things get even crazier when his missing big brother sends a mysterious clue from the heart of Tinseltown. Now it's up to Rafa to keep up the act of a movie star and solve the mystery before he's cut from the scene for good. Thanks Macmillan for the finished copy. Felix's ability to foresee the future isn't always a blessing because it often leads to him getting into serious trouble in Felix and the Secret Agency out on the 22nd of May. When one of his predictions lands him a spot at the Secret Underground Future Agency, he gets pulled into a secret underground agency where he learns magical skills like summoning animal constellations and talking to ghosts. But when a dark force threatens the agency, only Felix can uncover the culprit and save it from destruction. Will his unique talent be enough to save the day? Thanks Simon & Schuster for the finished copy. See for Yourself out on the 22nd of May tells the story of Harry and his dad, who are part of a family of inventors with a love for flying, and their motto is all about being on top of the world. But Harry starts to wonder what it would be like to explore in the other direction, down to the bottom of the world. With his dad puzzled, Harry sets off on an ocean-bound adventure to see what lies beneath. But as he discovers a whole new world below, he learns that sometimes going in a different direction can lead to unexpected things. Big thanks Bloomsbury for the finished copy. Are you ready for an adventure around the world? Well, the Maps and Flags book out on the 22nd of May is the perfect guide for readers who want to explore it in a fun and engaging way. This book teaches you how maps are made, what flags mean, and the key facts about countries from all over the globe. Plus, there are bonus maps covering everything from national animals to pirate flags. So, whether you're interested in geography, history, or both, or just love learning new things, this book is packed with plenty of facts to spark your curiosity. So big thanks Buster Books for the finished copy. The Ordinary Life of Jacominus Gainsborough out on the 22nd of May celebrates the beauty of an ordinary yet extraordinary life through the eyes of a humble white rabbit. In this beautifully illustrated picture book, follow him from childhood to old age as he experiences the changing seasons and the ups and downs of life. Surrounded by family and friends, he may not be the biggest or the strongest, but he grows, learns and finds joy in the small moments. And this touching story is a reminder that a life well lived is one filled with love, growth and the pride of doing your best. Big thanks Postwave for the finished copy. Mason is an ice cream maker whose business is in danger from a sinister stranger in a place of 1,000 wishes out on the 29th of May. But when he's invited to Darlington Manor, he discovers a magical world where a wishmaker creates bubbles that carry wishes into the sky and make them come true. With a special connection between Mason and Darlington, their powers are linked, but they must face the dangerous stranger who wants to destroy everything. Will their magical gifts be enough to protect them? Thanks Everything with Words for the finished copy. Lastly is Sword Echoes, the third book in the Pirate Academy series, in which the Barracuda class kids are thrown into chaos when they learn that one of their favourite teachers is secretly working for the League of True Pirates. Jacoby is determined to uncover the truth and protect his classmates from danger. Meanwhile, Jasmine embarks on a daring mission to find her father, sailing through treacherous waters. Neo follows a trail left by his mother and discovering a powerful sword with the potential to change everything. Can they all survive the dangers ahead and stop the evil forces closing in? Thanks Yukan Publishing for the finished copy that's out on the 29th of May. So these are the books I'm most excited about reading this month. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel below. As always, keep reading, and I'll see you in the next video.